2003 that I blew out both shoulders. I have impingement syndrome and gout in this one. And impingement syndrome in this one.
Was that due to some trauma, or did that just gradually come on?
I think that gradually came on.
Has it been treated?
Well, we rehabbed both shoulders, and we've rehabbed both knees. The knees numerous times.
The knees what?
The knees more than once.
When you say rehab, what does that mean?
Physical therapy, cortisone shots, tinge unit.
Okay. And so how are your shoulders now?
They get sore every once in a while, but they're actually pretty fit.
Yeah.
I keep them nice and stretched out.
With exercises?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any problems with your back?
No.
Or neck?
No.
Did you ever have radiation to your neck?
No.
Okay. And any skin problems, psoriasis, acne, any kind of dermatitis?
Well, I had acne real bad when I was a kid, and I got that finally cleared up. So
how did you do that?
I started a really good skin system, and
that consisted of what?
I used actually Mary Kay, so it was like a cleanser, astringent, the benzoyl peroxide, and a mask. And now I have eczema and lichen simplex.
Where do you have eczema?
I get it around my elbows, my knees, and patchy on my hips.
Okay. And the lichen simplex?
Oh, on the back of my head right here.
So on that lichen simplex, did they take scrapings and look at that? Okay.
Very This is very painful.
Oh, Okay. On your blood work, other than the thyroid, have there been any other abnormalities with your blood sugar, cholesterol?
My triglycerides, came back high. And they thought I was borderline diabetic. My blood sugar was high one day, and they started taking hemoglobin A1Cs.
Yep.
And after my A1Cs came back regular for 5 years, they pretty much stopped that.
Okay. You don't happen to remember any of those numbers on your A1C, huh?
They were like 3.5 is general average.
You sure?
They weren't.
Your A1C? That's
yeah,
pretty low.
I'm almost positive.
Okay.
Like I have to. My blood sugar never went over 100. I mean, it was that day, but I had a Coke that day and a Pop-Tart for breakfast. I was a kid, you know.
You're right.
That's what kids eat.
Okay, so the triglycerides and the one episode of high blood sugar there. Anything else ever show up on your lab? Any anemia or any problems with your liver, liver enzymes?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And then other than the tonsils and adenoids, any other surgery?
I had the laparoscopic gallbladder removal and an ERCP prior, but that's it.
Okay. And you said the only medication you're taking, prescription medication you're taking currently is the Buspar.
The Buspar, yeah.
Yeah.
That's he gave me that for the lichen simplex. He said that it was
Oh. For the lichen simplex?
Yeah, because lichen simplex is usually a direct reaction of anxiety.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. And you take a multivitamin.
Right. And no other supplements. Right. What do you do for your diarrhea?
I'll take an over-the-counter antidiarrheal, or I'll suffer if I don't have it.
Okay. And what type of work do you do?
I do clerical work.
Okay. And married, 5 years.
Smoke?
Yes, much to my dismay.
How much?
Maybe 5 a day.
For how long?
Started smoking heavily at 18, so 13 years now.
Okay. And
Any other recreational drugs?
No.
No.
And
Exercise?
I do actually. I get out and try to walk half an hour every other day at least.
Is that when you walk, do you have any pain?
Just in the knees.
It's in the knees,
But beyond that, not really.
No. But you're still able to get out there and walk?
Oh, yeah.
regularly
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Nothing's going to slow me down.
Great.
I make it that way.
So then on your weight, you said things kind of started going up at 3. Were there other kind of moments when it seemed like the weight just took off?
Between 12 and 15 is where it really, really shot up. I mean, I've always been really heavy, but between 12 and 15, I gained more than 100 pounds.
Okay.
And
This is when you were a teenager, so did somebody
take a look at that? That's a lot of weight.
Not really.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta realize, I was always heavy.
Yep.
I was always plus size even as a kid.
Yep.
And from 1991 until 1993 or 94, I went from a women's size 16 into a women's plus size 24, 26.
Yeah.
So I went 10 sizes in less than 4 years. But nobody ever said anything. I think they were afraid of hurting my feelings.
Well, you won't have that problem with me.
No.
Thanks.
Okay.
I mean, my feelings do get hurt pretty easy, but, you know, I'm a tough bird. I can take it.
Good, good. I mean, I'm honest with you, but, you know, I'm fair. I'm compassionate, but shoot straight. Okay. How's your sleep?
With or without the abuse
Without
bar?
the abuse bar.
It's bad.
Bad.
It's a really poor quality sleep. I do have sleep apnea, and it's a interrupted sleep at best. I don't sleep well without medication.
Did you undergo a sleep study to get the diagnosis of sleep apnea? Or
No, they actually found, the ENT found bone spur and a deviated septum, and I snore really bad, and my husband shakes me when it's
When you stop breathing.
Yeah, when it's been too long.
Yeah.
When he's a good man. Keeps me alive.
That's a good alarm system there.
I snore pretty bad, apparently. I didn't know.
Yeah. So we'll take care of all that. Okay. Let's see on your sheet here. So, mental fuzziness. Memory loss. What kind of things do you have problems remembering?
Day-to-day thing.
Right.
That I should remember. I keep everything written down on a big master calendar so I can keep track of everything.
Right.
This appointment's at 1 o'clock. Oh, don't forget you have to do this. Here's a reminder that you need to go make coffee at such and such time in the day.
Right. Okay. Incontinence.
Yes.
How frequent is that, or how big of a problem is that?
It's.
Is it like when you cough or sneeze or? Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And do you have? I mean, like if you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go right now.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yes. It's either do or die trying to get to the bathroom sometimes.
I understand that.
So I had prostate cancer, and that impinges on your bladder and makes it small. And so
yeah, every hour I was
Doing the mad dash to the bathroom. Oh yes.
Yep.
Another girl at work. We battle to see who's gonna get there first. Thank goodness they've got more than one stall.
And you said the hair loss started around age 21?
It actually started a little bit before there, but it was like right around the end of high school, right around the beginning of college. So.
Okay. Ooh, boy, you got a few low thyroid symptoms here. Fibroids?
Yes.
Who diagnosed those?
I don't even remember his name. It's been that long.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the medical center right there off of Port. His name was Dr. I want to say Hand, but I know that's wrong.
And there's a Dr. Hand that's in OB-GYN.
Right, but he treated somebody else, so
Oh.
I associate him with it.
And so, how were those treated?
They have.
Or were they treated? They haven't been treated, so they're still there.
Yes.
Right.
That was pretty rough.
So now, when you were having all this vaginal bleeding, I mean, and you have fibroids, they didn't suggest having the fibroids taken out, or
No.
no?
They weren't significant
Ah.
enough to really.
Okay, so they didn't think that that had anything to do with the vaginal bleeding.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
They took scrapings and cuttings and
Right.
very invasive, horrible things that no woman should ever have to endure.
And you've got circle family history of low thyroid. Who had?
Most of it's on the paternal side of the family, but my mother does have a side-ish thyroid. Paternally, all of my aunts paternally, and my grandmother.
Okay.
So you get some low blood sugar symptoms sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get the weird, shaky, I gotta eat something, I gotta put something in, kind of. You get real shaky and
Yes.
kind of get weak, and
Yep.
you gotta, that's that point where you gotta eat something.
Right.
have a Coke, drink some juice, do something, but you gotta.
Ringing in your ears?
Yes.
Is that constant? Does that come and go?
They're ringing right now, actually.
But does that stop sometimes, or is it pretty much there all the time,
pretty
even
much
at a
there
low
all
level?
the time, and I think that's just because of the ear infections. But there's a lot of scar tissue there.
Endometriosis you've been diagnosed with?
They played around with it, but they haven't officially diagnosed.
Okay.
As you may or may not be able to tell, I've kind of doctor swapped
Right.
my entire life, just trying to find a physician that would tell me what was wrong.
Right. Yeah.
They play around with everything in reference to me. It's so terrible.
And you got sinus problems checked. What kind of sinus problems?
I get sinus infections a lot.
Okay.
They said something about impaction, and they wanted to do the nose removal and drill the sinuses that ENT did.
Nose removal? Septum
Like,
removal?
Yeah,
No.
like where they slit your nose open
Oh.
and peel it back and then drill into your sinuses to get the pressure off of them.
Did you happen to have a CAT scan of your sinuses?
I think he took x-rays, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
That's kind of scary. I was afraid they'd not attach my nose back right, so I was like, I don't want rhinoplasty. I kind of like my nose.
All right. And no problems with sex drive?
Oh, no.
No. Is your sex drive high?
No.
No? Just normally hadn't been any change in it, right?
No.
I mean, since you were younger, so it hadn't gone up or down.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I found that really funny, those last 2 pages.
Why is that?
Because I try my best to eat organically and very conscious of what I put in my body.
Right.
And I'm very conscientious of what other people around me put in their body.
Right.
So for me, the thing that causes social anxiety for me with food is not my respect for food, but it's my anxiety that people will think that I overeat because of my size.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, if we go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and my husband's teeny.
Yeah.
He will, like, people will purposely cut in line in front of me because I'm overweight because they think I'm going to clear out the salad bar. So it really, I mean, unless you're heavy, you're never going to notice these things, but because you're overweight, it causes extreme social anxiety.
Right.
It causes, I mean, things that you wouldn't think about. Turnstiles totally freak me out.
Right.
I got stuck in one when I was in high school with somebody behind me.
Right.
And I mean, so I try not to go to amusement parks or anything like that because, social anxiety in reference to my body size and shape.
Right.
But it's not because of what I put in my body. It's because there's something wrong somewhere.
Right. Yeah, but most people assume, and even doctors, right, are going to assume that you're overweight because you have poor lifestyle choices, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a vegetarian until I started dating my husband, and even now I will skip the steak or the chicken or the fish because it's not something that I like. They're going to give me diarrhea anyway, so I will in turn eat a salad.
Right.
So I make him an alternative meal from my own because I don't subscribe to, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
It's never been my favorite thing anyway.
Okay. All right, let's, I'm going to check a few things here.
Oh God, do I have to get up there?
eventually.